everyone. You are listening to another episode of the podcast Rise and Tell with Shikha. I have an interesting person today. Have you ever looked at some of the women around you and you're like, despite all the challenges, they actually say what they do and they actually prioritize themselves first and their family and they actually prove it? Well, our guest today is one of them and she is a firecracker. Our guest today is Ranjani Kalvakala. This 28-year-old is not only going to surprise you, but shock you. If I had to describe her in one sentence, I would say engineer turned yogini. That's what she is. She is an engineer and she has an MSc in yoga. Plus, she's completed her yoga teacher training and is also a mom to a wonderful little baby girl. Ranjani started off as any other person who does yoga for the first time. She started off not being very flexible, but now she is not just a yoga teacher, but also a personal trainer as well as a nutritionist. In her words, she says, I am just getting my feet wet and grasping the size of the ocean. That is yoga. When I found out about Ranjani, I actually went through her Instagram profile, and what impressed me the most is her before and after picture, especially after pregnancy, after having a child, and balancing her full-time job as a nutritionist, yoga practitioner, and a personal trainer. Ranjani's ideology about health and nutrition is amazing, and I really hope you're going to enjoy this episode because it is packed with actionable advice and you will walk out feeling motivated, inspired, and ready to kick ass. So let's go ahead and welcome Ranjani on Rise and Tell with Shikha. So there you go. We have with us Ranjani Kalvakala. Welcome, Ranjani. It is a pleasure to have you on our show.
Hello, Sheekha. It's very nice to see you.
Same here. I know it's early morning for you today. And thank you for giving us your time on a Sunday
I'm
morning.
really happy to give this time. Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. Looking
My
forward.
pleasure. My
Yeah,
pleasure. Yes, I have a lot to ask you, and I cannot wait to know more about you. So let's get started. Let's start with my very first question. You are doing such an amazing job, not only personally, but also being an instructor and a nutritionist. So tell me, what actually prompted you to get into this fitness and nutrition industry?
yeah. So after my IT and everything, I landed up in a lot of irrelevant values, I should say. Getting into the IT industry, trying for some other government jobs and everything, and I landed up taking yoga as my passion because in the journey of evolving from that platform to this platform, I first had to experience a lot of fitness related evolvement within myself. So taking a lot of challenges like making myself fit with all the proper amount of nutrition, with the amount of the workouts that I used to do, dedication that I put within myself. I was glad and I was amazed to see how my body started molding it up. I was nowhere flexible from the young age, but when I saw that with my own eyes, when I experienced it very well, I thought this is something very inspiring, and it
Right.
really amazed me a lot. So that's where I thought I want to learn, I want to within myself, and that's where I started taking up different kinds of certifications, and I started taking MACA as a challenge then, and that's why I'm here now. Yeah.
I saw that you have a MSc in yoga, correct?
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
what are the other certifications that you've taken?
Yeah, I started with a basic teacher training
Okay.
from a very good institution, but
Hmm.
this started in Corona. So I should say
Okay,
it was
got it.
completely online. I never had an offline experience, I should say, with the studio and learning something from there. So
Right.
till now, everything has been online. I have done few certification courses with that institution related to therapy, related to pregnancy, related to basic, teaching the kids, the adults, everything with their different age groups. And then I thought I shouldn't stop here because once the certification was done and once my hours of training was done, I thought I should learn more. So, and that's where with the support of my family, I stepped into MSc Yoga.
Nice.
Yeah, and I completed that, and I'm now ready to meet different women around the world.
Nice. That is so
Yeah,
inspiring. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody getting a bachelor's degree in technology and an engineer and then going and getting an MSc in yoga. That is
yeah.
insane. Okay, so you've done your training, then nutrition, and I know that you're a mom of a very cute
Mhm.
girl, baby girl.
Yeah.
How is it that you manage everything every day?
I that's a that's a question yeah that I keep getting in my mind that how did even this day been? I mean, how did I even get through all that?
Right.
So, but when I look really back and then I see that I growing more, I getting stronger. So it takes a moment for me to stop there and appreciate that moment. That is more important. That puts me on for the day and to take that kind of a hassle to balance my professional life along with taking care of my baby. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. If I were to ask you what has been the most challenging experience of yours so far, what would that be?
Do you mean post my pregnancy or
Anything
about?
till now, whatever, based off of your, like you said, just managing going through a certain day feels daunting. So overall, till date, what has been the most challenging
I
in
would
your
say
journey?
every day is a challenge to me right now because I'm still a young mother, I should say, and who's got no experience in these things. Just getting motivated and learning from women around in my world. Challenge in the sense, I should say, coming to the professional life, taking care of my clients' health and everything, and switching myself to different clients in
Right.
different kinds of from different kinds of locations. That thing. And the second thing is that post my pregnancy, I should say, uh, I just read and heard about it, and I, being a yoga trainer, in my experience is that a woman goes through a lot of hormonal imbalances post her pregnancy and during her pregnancy.
Correct.
I thought, no, it's okay, I can do it. I thought, but
Right.
post my pregnancy, when I had a lot of things to balance, that took a lot of time, and still taking time for me to balance my emotions, to balance the work that I usually have in my day, and bringing my regular routine along the other activities that I usually do it in my day.
Right.
So that gets challenging. But by the end of the day, I should say, if I say uh, I have passed my day, and yes, it was good. It was good. So I guess that hope will put me the next day with a positive mind.
Brought up such a wonderful point, Ranjani, that you look forward to the next day and whatever you do is so fulfilling for you that you are actually looking forward to doing it even more despite everything that you've been through, right? And I
Yeah,
think that's something that people forget and that people don't do very often because we are caught in this cycle of,
of busyness,
yeah.
stress, responsibilities around. Yeah. But
Uh,
I should say that if I am taking a lot of things by the end of the day, I should really thank my husband for that, and should really thank my parents, my in-laws, who's been giving me a lot of support. That it's okay, Ranjani. Every woman goes through this. You
right.
can. So I keep having that pat from backside, I should say, and that's put me forward to take up a little more challenge for the next day. Yeah.
That's so wonderful. And that was actually going to be one of the questions that I was going to ask you, Ranjani, is like how did your family support you with all of this huge change that you did? So before I actually ask any more questions, Ranjani, can you clarify? So when you say your professional life, you are a
Mhm.
full-time trainer and a
Yeah.
nutritionist now, right? So you've given up all the IT stuff, or is that also going on in parallel?
Right now, I should say I took a pause with the IT, but I don't think I'll
Nice.
get back to it. But maybe I might, I don't know, in the future, linking up that with my yoga. I mean, linking up with a lot of corporate industry
Yeah.
saying that yoga is this, so you need this, you need to take a break, you have to do this. So I want to get into that, but it'll take a little bit of time, I should say. And I have given hopes to my family that I don't want to get into all kind of fancy kind of careers. I'm okay doing IT. I'll get into IT. And when I said, no, 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 no IT, and they were like, what is this? What is happening with you? What is wrong with you? What do you want to do? So I said, let me explore a little more, like what other than IT, because when I've done few kind of internships from IT,
Right,
I felt this is not my cup of tea. I mean, I'm not a person who can sit at one place, and so
right.
I thought there's something more I should do. And that's where I should say my parents have been given me that freedom to explore myself with different kinds of areas. And I started trying different things, and I ended up doing this. When I said this, that I wanted to get kind of certifications, just an experiment that will I be able to learn? Will I continue it or no? They saw me being consistent with the work that I was putting for myself. So they started supporting me a little more,
Nice.
and then it went. Yeah. So,
That is brilliant. But I should give kudos to you also, Ranjani, along with your parents and your family and your spouse and everybody around you, is that you didn't stop. You
mhm.
said you will experiment and then you continued with it to prove something to them. And I think that is really commendable. And you also deserve a round of applause for
Thanks.
standing up for what you said you would do. And you actually
Thank
did
you
it
so
and you're
much.
continuing it.
Yeah, I mean, when I
So,
go back and when I see that, and I'll be like, really, did I? So, I mean, at some point, I could convince them. I would say that
yeah.
utilizing the freedom that has been given to me from my childhood, I have given some value to it. Yeah, I did it.
That's awesome. It is
Yeah.
so refreshing to see this kind of attitude and this thought process that you have, Ranjani. I think that is, I like it. I love it, in fact. And kudos to your family too, because everybody around me, if I were to do something like that and tell them, okay, yes, I got a bachelor's in computer science and now I'm going to get a master's degree in yoga, I think I can only imagine how people around me would react. Forget family, even my friends would be like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot with the events, with the family, with the friends. They're like, Ranjini, what is wrong? I mean, you can actually try, you know. So I was like, no, no, no. I really want to take a pause before I get into anything else.
That's
So,
awesome. That is really, really cool, in fact. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Your family supported you. You made sure that you followed that path that you chose for yourself, which is the non traditional way. So, what is it that fuels you, or what is it that really pushes you? I think you've proved it to everyone around you that, okay, you're awesome, you're already doing it, you proved it to them. But continuing to do this, like you said, you're continuing to move forward with it and you want to explore more things, you want to get this corporate wellness and all that. So, what is it that's fueling Ranjani?
when I see the changes within myself, you know, the day I don't work out, honestly, the day I don't go for a basic movement, stretching that day, I can actually feel what is wrong with my body. I mean, my body sounds differently when I work out, and my body sounds other way when I don't work out. So I feel that's what puts me in discipline. So just showing up that day puts me in, inspires me, and it fuels me more. So I have to do this because I know what is going to happen. I believe that is the one single thing. It's a very simple thing, but that
Right.
fuels me up.
Nice, nice. That is very nice. And I noticed you mentioned sound of your body.
Yeah.
Most people would say how my body feels, or so. Can you elaborate on that? What does it mean to listen to the sound of your body?
Obviously, I should say, being a mother, I should be very loving. I should be very careful taking care of Arya. At the same time, balancing my routine of household things and taking care of my clients very patiently. Because I, being a yoga trainer, I should sound like it's okay. You know, things are going to be fine in
Right.
that way. But I shouldn't be exhausted. I shouldn't be tired to them. I should look very active to them. That's what
Correct.
inspires them and motivates them to come onto the mat every single day. So when I show up for the workout, I get through all these things. And at the end of the day, I feel, yeah, it happened in this way as I expected. But when I don't work out, it's going to sound in such a way that my day starts with a proper down and it falls completely. So I've seen that happening and I started observing myself. And
Okay.
that's where I sound more joyfully, more
Oh,
actively. So I like that. My interaction will be better when I do it. So
Okay, got it.
that's how.
Okay, so a very personal question, Ranjani. I know a lot of our listeners and our viewers are at that stage where they might be planning for a baby or the second baby. So, for all the women out there, and even men, if they want to support their spouse or their better half or the best half, I would like to say, um, you've done it. So I've seen your transformation, and you're very open about all the challenges and everything that you did to make sure post pregnancy, the way you try to get back to your previous self. And it showed. You put in the work and it showed. So are there any tips that you would give to expecting mothers or mothers who've recently conceived and are going through that phase and really want to get back in shape? What would you tell them?
Yeah, yeah. I would just say them that they first have to prioritize themselves. They shouldn't be guilty about prioritizing themselves, you know. Filling their cup will actually make their world healthier. I believe in it. I totally believe in it. And when you're not stronger, you can't take and you can't expect the opposite person to be friendly, to be uh, healthier, to have a good kind of a friendship bond with them. And though that can be your mother, that can be your father, it can be anybody, that can be your spouse. The day you meet people, when you're stronger, you reflect different kinds, you reflect positive vibes, and that will
Absolutely.
actually have a lot of impact on your kid. For this is for the post-pregnancy women, I mean the new
Right.
mothers I'm saying. So I would say to make this happen, prioritize yourself. Don't feel guilty about it. And it'll take time, you know, to accept yourself, but when you do it, things change automatically. So I'm linking this to fitness because this can happen with the moment. So make movement as your priority too. Make your nutrition as a priority because by the end of the day or by end of the evening, mothers or women around, they start getting exhausted. So your
Yeah.
nutrition plays a keen role. So you have to make sure your nutrition is on point. Yeah. And these days I hear I'm going through a lot of stress, Ranjani. I am having this kind of disorder. I am not able to conceive. I don't want to name kind of disorders, but I keep seeing women going through a lot of health issues even at the a young age. So I
Right.
would say even there, prioritize your health there. Prioritize your health. That's it. Put your work. I know the work is everything. That's the main thing for your livelihood. But to experience that, to experience the fullest of it, you have to be healthier first. So
Bang
when
on.
you're healthy, when you're healthy only you can enjoy the earnings that you've gained till now, right? So if you want to go out, if you want to go on a hike, to on a trip or something, you have to be healthier. You have to be strong enough. So to experience it to the fullest, I would say prioritize movement more, prioritize nutrition more, and the beginning of your journey to get stronger will start. That's what I
Absolutely.
would give a
I
message.
5,000% agree. And I have been saying this to everybody for the last 1 year. I don't understand the fact that mothers, okay, let's not generalize, but women in general, irrespective of whether they have a child or not, I feel have taken up this sense of responsibility for no reason at all. Like they have to make sure the house is clean, they have to
Correct,
make
on
sure
time.
that yeah, everything's right set and everyone's following a certain thing, and they take it on themselves when things are not okay. And in that, I feel they lose themselves,
Exactly.
and that just enhances after they have kids, at least in my opinion, or based on what I have
True.
seen. And again, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
No, no, no. Definitely. You know, women, they usually forget to ask help and they feel, I should do this. I should
Correct.
be capable to do it. They have the check boxes and they try to get into that, ticking it up. So,
Exactly. And in that process, they forget what their favorite color is. They forget what their favorite food was, what their
yeah.
favorite type of outfit
Ha,
was. Why?
true.
Because they were trying to become the best mom in the world and a best wife and a best, I don't know, whatever.
Exactly. True.
But in all of that, they just forget about their health because
Themselves.
they're
Yeah.
doing so much. And you actually said a very good line in the beginning when you were answering this, Ranjan. Is you said fill your own cup
Yeah.
first, and only then you can make others happy and help others.
Yeah.
And again, I want to tell everybody this, not just women, but also guys these days tend to help. At least I've seen that with new parents around here in
Mhm.
Canada. I've seen the husbands also helping out with the kids and with the housework or whatever. So I feel like even they need kind of that
True.
reminder that don't forget your health. And
Exactly.
it goes for everyone, but I know especially moms because they go through this huge change in their body and their hormones and everything's changing. But I have a question for you. There's a lot of, like you mentioned, you thought you could go through it because you're already fit and you're doing this every day in and day out and you have clients. And then, in spite of you being a professional, you weren't able to manage the hormonal imbalances and the mood swings and everything. So, what's one thing that kept you thinking, no matter what it is, no matter how tough it is, I still have to show up and I still have to do this? What was that one thing in your mind? Because I feel like you are this amazing example where people just say things. Everybody says, okay, read 10 pages every day, but nobody does it. Like, even if I go and tell everybody, oh, yeah, I read a lot of books and, I start with reading 10 pages every day. But if I have a really bad day, I am not going to open a book. Forget 10 pages. I don't think my mind could even read like one page. So, what did you do that kept you, consistent?
Yeah. As I said before, I would take it as a discipline. That is the first
Right.
thing. Yeah. Just like any other activities. Yeah. I have to go visit somebody. I have to cook today for my home, and I just make it as my regular activity. It doesn't give me too much of weight into my mind that, oh my God, I should make time for this. So it's just an activity that I try putting it up. Yeah, as you said, I do fail sometimes that I don't show up few days, but it again pulls me back. It pulls me back completely.
Right.
So that's how I show up. That fuels me. And as you said, guys, health is also important. I will definitely say my husband in the same way when he sees me down or when he sees me low that day, he really comes forward and he tries to work out with me to motivate me a little or to talk to me what is happening around. So I guess that little small talk gives me a lot of energy and very
Cool.
simple
Very
and very cut short. I have said because I don't want to make it as a very big thing that I'm working out in a day. When you take it as a very simple activity in your day, it doesn't become a challenge.
correct.
It becomes your routine.
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
to do it enough for it to become a habit and a lifestyle.
yeah,
For
exactly.
it to not become a chore, like, oh, I have to work
I
out.
have to do it.
Okay. Yeah, that I agree. I agree with that. Okay, so talking about nutrition a little bit, because I feel we kind of struggle, and everybody knows that every body is different.
Mhm.
And what might suit me might not suit you.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of other differences and challenges. But what are some common things? And I know you posted this on your Instagram, but I want a larger audience to know this. So, according to you, what are some basic things that people can do to maintain a healthy lifestyle, which is not really tough, or something very easy to start their weight loss journey?
Yeah, I would definitely say just forget the number on the scale. That is amazing that I will tell everybody. I mean, just focus on yourself, what you're doing. That is the first thing. Uh, and the second thing I would say is that focus on your protein, focus on your fiber. Very simple, It's just that. I wouldn't say that cut down on your carbs. That is very wrong. You need your carbohydrates for that energy.
Right,
So apart from that, focus on your protein intake, focus on your fiber intake. So when I say protein, that can be any kind of, whether it can be a non-veg material or the veg material. And coming to the fiber, taking up of lot of colorful vegetables, fruits, nuts that are completely available at our home every single day. Try to consume that more because that will put you with high energy and it will put you with an active mind to take up a lot of things in your day. So that's the basic thing I would say. Whenever you sit for a meal, make sure your plate is filled with good amount of vegetables, good amount of protein, and also your carbs. Do not cut down on your carbs because I
right.
keep hearing from a lot of fat diets cut down on carbs. So don't do that.
Yeah, I love my rice. I
Being in that,
can eat rice for 3 meals every
exactly. You
day.
can, but taking care of those portions, taking
Yeah,
care of being in that calorie deficit if you're looking for a weight loss, that is important. Have that vegetables for the day. That's it. You're
nice.
good. You're good to go.
Absolutely. Okay, before my last question, Ranjani, is there anything that you want to share with our audience or would like to give any bit of advice? Please feel free to do so.
Yeah, I believe from the beginning till now, I've been telling just take care of your body. Take care of your body, and that can happen only with the movement and with the proper nutritional point. If you have any kind of studio around, if you have any kind of help that you're getting around, if there is no hope, if there is no help, just get into some kind of home workouts. That's what I would say. Give that moment to your body, give that love to your body. Don't ignore your health. Put it as your main priority, because that is what it's going to make you healthier mentally as well as physically. Though it's a woman, though it's a man, this is where your health begins from. So
Correct.
make it as your main priority. That's what I would repeat. And I kept repeating it from the beginning, I believe.
Yeah, fully said. Beautifully. So my last question, Ranjani, to you is going to be, what is that one thing that your clients do that annoys you the most?
Oh my God.
You don't
Yeah,
have to name names, but something like, if only, like, why? Why are they doing this? I know you mentioned the carbs thing and that
yeah.
drives you nuts, but what's another thing that annoys you?
I have clients asking Ranjani, I have to lose weight as quick as I can. And they forget about the progress. That's the thing. I be like, oh my God, first show up, man, show up, show up. So that thing, and goals will be higher and they forget about the progress. That's what I would say.
Oh,
I mean, very simple. I'll
yeah.
not comment it, but yeah. Uh, yeah, when they're having those goals, I want to cut down my carbs, Ranjani. I had hardly 2 hours or 3 hours of sleep, but I want to show up. So they forget taking that rest. They forget
Right.
uh, organizing their plate well sometimes, and they usually complain about the energy level. They know it actually. Everybody knows it. What is going wrong? But that's what annoys me sometimes. Oh my God, you know it already. You know it already. And so, yeah,
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's kind of, yes, it starts to get annoying when the person knows. And that happens at workplace a lot too. The team members will know exactly what they have to do, but they'll do completely opposite. And then they
yeah.
even say, I knew this was not going to work out, but I still did it. And yeah, perfect. Okay, thank you so much, Ranjani. It was an absolute pleasure talking to you and getting to know you a little more. I wish you nothing but the best in all your future goals and whatever that is you plan to do. And maybe whenever you are already in the next step with your corporate wellness programs and everything, if you feel you have something more to share with us, please let us know. We would happily have you over again as a guest on our show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shika. I'm really happy with the session we had today. You really made me comfortable. It's just been like that. I've met you like before, like very long back. You really made me comfortable to express myself better. And I would really thank you once again for giving me this opportunity
Absolutely.
uh, to give this message from my side to the entire world. Yeah, that's it. It was really nice talking to you.
Same
Thank you so
here.
much.
Thank you, Ranjani. Didn't I tell you that this is going to be a motivating episode? Well, there you go. I definitely hope you learned a thing or two from this. I know I definitely did. Let me know if you have any suggestions, thoughts, and comments. And until then, don't forget to keep growing, keep glowing, and be yourself. This is your host, Shikha Singh, signing off. Bye bye.